Across the plateau, a vast construction site takes form, where planning, labor, and coordination turn raw stone into monument.
The Nile flows beside the plateau, carrying stone, supplies, and life, forming the essential artery behind the pyramid's construction. From nearby camps, thousands move toward the site each morning, forming the organized workforce behind the pyramid. From above the plateau, Pharaoh Khufu oversees the work, directing a monument meant to project order, power, and permanence.
Surveyors measure and align the bedrock, fixing the exact geometry that will guide every stone laid above.
Pegs and ropes carve exact lines into the bedrock, locking the pyramid's base into permanent geometric order. By morning, thousands assemble across the plateau, organized into teams that will move, shape, and place every block. Human strength drives the work forward, as ropes bite into hands, and coordinated force begins to move stone. At the base, limestone blocks are stacked and sorted, each weighing tons and waiting to be hauled upward into place.
Ramps begin to rise from the base, engineered to carry massive stone upward as the pyramid grows higher.
Around 2550 BC, this construction begins under Pharaoh Khufu, marking a defining moment in ancient Egyptian history. At Gizan's quarries, limestone is cut directly from the plateau, supplying millions of blocks for construction. Using copper chisels and stone hammers, workers cut precise lines, slowly freeing each block from solid limestone.
Every strike fills the quarry with dust, turning sunlight itself into a witness of constant human effort.
Every groove records human labor, each mark a precise step toward shaping millions of stones. Under growing pressure, the slab begins to release, its weight shifting as the stone finally gives way. Wooden wedges driven into cracks build pressure slowly, forcing stone to separate through simple, controlled force. Dozens pull as one, using shared strength to move stone that no individual could shift alone.
The block finally separates, a single stone, freed through patience, pressure, and human coordination.
Every block is measured precisely, ensuring uniform size so millions will align into a single structure. Edges are shaped by hand, turning rough stone into precise building units fit for perfect alignment.
Overseers coordinate every step, turning thousands of individuals into a single, organized workforce. Worn tools are replaced instantly, keeping work moving without pause across the quarry. Copper tools are sharpened constantly, maintaining efficiency despite the metal's softness. Water keeps the workforce alive, delivered constantly to sustain labor under the desert sun. This vast operation runs like a system, linking quarry, labor, and logistics into one continuous process.
Even brief rest is vital, allowing exhausted bodies to recover before labor resumes again.
Finished blocks are lined up methodically, ready to begin their journey toward the rising pyramid. Wooden sledges are positioned carefully, preparing each block for its slow movement across the sand. Ropes are tightened and locked in place, binding stone and sledge into a single moving load. Before moving out, the load is tested, ensuring ropes, wood, and stone will hold together.
With the stone secured, its journey continues, moving away from the quarry and toward the river routes that sustain the pyramid. The Nile emerges as the lifeline of the project, carrying stone, food, and labor across the heart of ancient Egypt. Along the riverbanks, cargo boats dock in sequence, forming the transfer point between water transport and land labor. Under the immense load, the boats ride low in the water, revealing the true weight of the stone they carry. Thick ropes are drawn tight, stabilizing the load as human strength replaces machines and precision prevents disaster. From the Nile, a network of canals carries stone inland, turning water into a controlled pathway of construction. Granite from Aswan arrives by river, harder stone reserved for chambers deep within the pyramid. In long convoys, boats move north together, transforming the river into a coordinated supply line. Alongside stone, grain and supplies travel the same routes, sustaining the workforce that drives the build. Day after day, the flow never stops, feeding Giza with stone, food, and momentum. As Giza nears, waterways narrow, guiding cargo precisely toward the heart of construction. Muddy riverbanks receive the stone, marking the handoff from river to land. Stone blocks are transferred from boats onto wooden sledges, preparing them for land transport.
Once ashore, hauling teams reorganize, assigning roles before the next stage begins.
Careful logistics ensure stone, food, and labor arrive exactly when needed.
Once unloaded, the stone begins its most difficult journey upward. Engineers construct vast earthen ramps to raise stone block by block. A limestone and clay surface reduces friction and supports heavy loads. Each block is positioned carefully before the climb begins. Ropes are arranged to distribute force evenly across the team. Water dampens the sand, reducing friction and easing the pull. Sustained force is maintained through posture and timing.
Foot traction anchors the body, preventing energy loss.
As friction is reduced, the heavy sledge begins to move, converting coordinated human force into controlled forward motion. Moistened sand and mud act as lubrication, significantly reducing drag. Wooden levers lift stone edges, allowing precise adjustment under heavy load. An overseer sets the rhythm, synchronizing effort to maintain steady movement. Chanting maintains timing and reduces fatigue during sustained pulling. The block reaches a level platform where movement pauses for realignment. At each platform, sledges are repositioned for the next ascent. As construction progresses, ramps are extended upward to match the rising pyramid. With each completed course, the pyramid rises higher above the plateau. Switchback ramps reduce slope, allowing heavy blocks to be hauled higher with less force. Each block is guided precisely into position before final placement. Final adjustments ensure each stone fits within millimeter-level tolerances. Light hammer taps fine-tune alignment without damaging the stone.
Fine stone dust catches the low sun, revealing the day's labor. Extended labor produces fatigue, managed through pacing and rotation. Short rest periods allow recovery without halting construction momentum.
Work continues in overlapping shifts, keeping materials moving without interruption.
Thousands of workers operate in coordinated roles, forming a vast labor system. Permanent worker camps support the workforce with food, shelter, and organization.
As daylight fades, work slows, marking the transition to planned night rest.
At first light, work resumes, restoring the daily rhythm of construction.
Construction also progresses inside the pyramid as the exterior rises.
A cutaway reveals the pyramid's internal layout, built in stages alongside the exterior.
Interior passages are carved and lined, while the pyramid continues rising above.
The descending passage is cut directly into bedrock, setting the pyramid's internal axis. The ascending passage is aligned precisely to connect lower and upper chambers.
The Grand Gallery is built as a high, corbelled passage to manage weight above. Massive granite beams form the King's Chamber ceiling, requiring precise handling. Stacked chambers above the King's Chamber redirect weight away from the ceiling.
Specialized worker camps support construction through food production and logistics.
Bread production supplies daily calories needed to sustain heavy physical labor.
Meat supplements the worker's diet, providing protein for strength and recovery.
Water carriers maintain hydration by delivering supplies from the Nile to camps and work sites. Injured workers receive organized medical care, allowing labor to continue safely. Overseers track daily progress to coordinate labor and material flow. Workers rotate through shifts, balancing endurance, skill, and long-term efficiency. Skilled artisans shape casing stones to exact dimensions for a smooth exterior. Final polishing removes imperfections, creating the pyramid's smooth, reflective surface.
Each face is aligned with remarkable precision, using astronomical and geometric methods.
As construction nears completion, only the upper courses remain unfinished. Workers pause to assess progress, reinforcing shared purpose and coordination. The final casing stones are lifted, completing the pyramid's outer form. With construction complete, the pyramid stands as a finished, engineered structure.
The workforce stands quietly, marking the end of decades of organized labor.
In the distance, the Nile River highlights the logistical network that sustained construction.
For Khufu, the pyramid projected authority, continuity, and control over resources. Beyond a tomb, the pyramid functioned as a statement of centralized power.
The pyramid reflects coordinated human labor, not myth or miracle. Persistent desert winds shape the plateau, slowly eroding stone and sand over millennia.
As the sun lowers, long shadows reveal the pyramid's precise alignment. Standing for over 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid remains a benchmark of ancient engineering.
Built by human hands, the pyramid endures as evidence of organized labor, planning, and skill.